So how can I be better at forgiving?
Helping out those who never helped us shows our magnanimity. People who want to hold power on others, they think yoga is bad.
Who has suggestions for Nigerian names for Gurudev?
He's crowning nations with peace. So Ade is nice. Ade Gurudev. Name is Kate Henshaw. Welcome to Nigeria, Gurudev. Okay, my question is a bit personal. How do you deal with a family member, an older family member who, when you were younger, was very bad to you, terrible in short, and then now that you're older, they're seeking help from you all the time, like they don't remember what they did? How do you deal with that kind of a person? So how can I be better at forgiving?
We must see them from a very different angle. Why they were treating you bad? Because they were not aware what they are doing, number one. Number two, they must have been so stressed, mentally, emotionally, and physically, they were not feeling happy. If they were happy, they can only radiate happiness, right? They only can give. When they are miserable, they are small-minded, what can you expect from them? Only wrong behaviors. But now, none of these wrong behaviors stay forever with anybody. As someone matures, as they age, as body becomes weak, they start realizing, why am I shouting? Why have I been nasty? Why I did all that I did? These sort of things will haunt them. Instead of making them feel more guilty and more miserable, what I would say is, tell them, okay, let go, that's past. Let's be now in the present. See what we can do. Now, you don't have to go out of your way to help them. Do as much as you can, not holding the grudge of what they did in the past. Now in fact, you have scored more because you are giving more comfort to someone who has not been nice to you. That shows your greatness. There is nothing great in giving comfort to those who have given you comfort. You are only doing barter system. It's only exchange. Right? But giving comfort, helping out those who never helped us, shows our magnanimity. And so they are bringing out the best in you. So what you can do is thank them. What do you say? Yes. Yeah?
So my question is a personal one. How to be more aware, how to be more intentional and conscious of controlling doubt and just, pretty much going into experiencing whatever I need to experience without being afraid of failure.
This is exactly what Art of Living courses are meant to bring into people, to bring that confidence. Just understand every failure is a step towards success. And it has made you rich, it has made you deep, it has added to your personality in a very positive manner, number one. Second is, don't have to be too much a perfectionist. So what? If you don't do too well once, so what? So we can get over the anxiety of performance. Number three, look back and see, this is not the first time you have self-doubt or anxiety. You have had it in the past also. 10 years back, 5 years back. It has been a pattern. Just observing that, hey, this has been a pattern. I will get over it. I have gotten over it so many times. Now also I'll get over it. This remembrance of the pattern that you have gone through will give you more energy and confidence to do it now with the current. And then it doesn't matter to you anymore.
Is it okay for the person to still keep in touch with the abuser?
See, no abuser should be left scot-free. It will give a very bad signal, a message to the rest of the society. If someone has abused anybody, they must face the law. They must face the required punishment. Having said this, I would say, if the person regrets for their action, apologizes, and person says that he will correct or they have corrected their actions, then we must not hold grudge against them for their lifetime. Abusers are like sick people. People get sick, but then they get well afterwards. When they get well, you cannot still hold them as a stigma of sickness. But we have to make sure they are well. Otherwise, no point in continuing any dialogue with them. So we must see that they understand their mistakes, they repent for it, and they face the consequences of it, so that it gives a very strong signal, message to the others not to go in that route.
My name is Janet. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a Christian, and it can be sometimes interesting to introduce myself as a yoga teacher, because some Christians believe that yoga is all sorts of things, but something that a Christian should practice. But sometimes it can be worrisome to trying to know whether I should separate yoga and my religion, or to infuse them, and how I can go about infusing it.
No, this is a good thing you asked. If you see Jesus' teaching, it is unless you become like a child, you can never enter in the kingdom of heaven. And doing yoga, what do you become? Your body, your mind, everything becomes supple. You become like a child again. How could this be against Christianity? People who do not know yoga, or who want to hold power on others, they think yoga is bad. Remember, not too long ago, during Spanish Inquisition, the same people said all scientists are evils. The scientists were called devils, and Spanish Inquisition happened where hundreds and thousands of scientists were massacred. That is not what Christianity ever teaches. Christianity is all about compassion, about love. And so we must always learn from our history and not just listen to religious bigotism, where they simply say fanatically, my way is the only way to heaven. It's not so. God loves diversity. And so there are people of all different religions. There was only one Jesus. Today there are 72 sects of Christianity. Each one says we are the real one. And similarly, in Islam, there are 134 sects. In Buddhism, there are 34 sects of Buddhism. So I would say, let's keep religion on one side. Okay, you are Christian, you could be a good Christian, that's fine. But yoga is a wellness thing that you practice, become a good human being, a happy human being. And no religion forbids you being a good human being. In fact, every religion forbids you being a nasty person, cruel person, an angry and hateful person. Yoga can never make you a hateful person. It takes away the hatred from within you. And so, those people who are saying such things are misleading the population. They are keeping their folks away from the goodness of life.
I've always wanted to use my platform to give back. I've tried on some levels to do so, but there always seem to be roadblocks. It's just been discouraging. I don't see a future in it. I don't see the logic in continuing to give back if it's just not been working.
It's not the best of service just dishing out people fishes. We should teach them how to fish and make them self-reliant. I think just compassion alone does not work by giving things. That only sometimes make them, dependent on your charity. I feel the best way to give them is to make them stand on their feet and make them entrepreneurs, make them give that inner confidence that they can move on. So in this sense, what happens, you empower 10 people, they will start helping another 10 people, maybe 100. So it just multiplies. But if we simply keep giving 10 and they will take and go, another 10 will come, you give them, they will take and go. So you will be the only giver and everyone will be the taker. Instead, we have to give to make them a giver. And if they all start giving back, then the multiplicity of the giver increases. That makes any project more successful.
I am an empath. I have tried all sorts of things to help shield myself away from not always trying to be available, but I still get drawn to always try to help and sometimes get drowned in it. What could I do and to stop making me feel guilty if I do not help all the time?
You know what would really help you? Is meditation. See, what is happening inside is we have a confusion of compassion, attraction, love, and all these emotions, they are all getting intertwined, and so there is no clarity of emotions. Then this happens. This is where it's important that when we meditate, we become very clear. Okay, this is compassion and this is attraction, and there will be a clear-cut bifurcation of your own feelings. You will understand your own feelings. And so there will be a good marriage of your consciousness, your mind and your heart. If this doesn't happen, then we get into a lot of mess in life. It's good you ask this question, because this is the question that many, many people around the world have.
I understand, the breathing techniques. I understand, wellness and just looking for inner peace. How does all of this, translate to the everyday Nigerian? And how can a Nigerian cope with the madness that we are in currently? We're in a never-ending vicious cycle of political drama, economic turmoil. One week you're doing great, and the next few months, is quite dark.
Now that because the challenges are so many, you need all the more inner strength. You need the mental strength, emotional strength, and confidence to go through it or win over the challenges, right? This is where our programs will help. This will help them not get bogged down. So what is needed now? A lot of energy to face the challenge and right ideas that you can move through these challenges, correct? All these three things are hidden inside of you. Doesn't have to come from outside. But to unveil them, you need to do certain breathing exercises. And that is what we did. Some simple techniques, wellness techniques, which will help you to invoke that intuitive ability inside of you, and which can make you sharp to grasp the problem and be part of the solution. I would tell the youth, just decide to be part of the solution, number one. Number two, take leadership in your community. Gather people, feel the positivity in them. So instead of you getting sucked into the negative energy, stand up and say, I'm going to create positive initiatives. Number two. Number three, and see how you can contribute. See, every crisis is also an opportunity. In the times of crisis, how you can turn that into opportunity. One example I'll give you. Because of the devaluation of currency or import-export issues, say suppose you are not able to import some food or food grains from outside the country. Then what you can do? You have a very fertile land. You have a lot of youngsters. You have farms here. Plenty of land. Get the youths, go out there and start making the food. Instead of waiting for import to land here, you can start thinking in terms of export. You can start thinking of self-sufficiency. You know, every home can grow some vegetables. This is what India has also learned. See, today there is food shortage everywhere in the world. Nigeria can supply food to many of the countries. It can become very robust in its economy. But for that, everyone has to wake up. They should get this idea, vision.
I think on a parting note, have you tried any Nigerian food, Gurudev?
Yeah, today I had some, what is that? Akara. Very nice. I had akara this morning with some little something with that. Yeah, it was very nice. It's like bondas, no way, that's akara, right? It's like donuts, like donut bondas. In India. Bean cake, yeah. We call it bonda in India, almost similar but very nice, very nice. Healthy also, right? I'm still here 2 more days, so I'll explore more. Okay, and I would like to invite you all to come to India. So, have you been to India? None of you? So do come, okay? You will enjoy in India. You'll feel at home there. We'll make you feel at home. All the best to everyone. Have good lunch, yeah. I think you say, how was your night, yeah? So that's the greeting I was told. That's how you ask her, how was your night? Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so who has suggestions for Nigerian names for Gurudev? Yes, give him a name.
You can choose some. Yeah.
Is Ade not nice? Yeah. It's a nice crown on him. It's crowning nations with peace. So Ade is nice. Yeah. His crown is a peaceful crown. So
What
I
is
like
it? Ade?
Ade is like a crown, like a king.
Ah.
Ade.
Ade.
Ade Gurudev.
Ade.